Does Olympic tennis work? Does it? Because I was thinking about what I love about the Olympics, and it's kind of like flipping through channels and once every 4 years being able to watch badminton or being able to watch table tennis, just to name two racket sports, and to kind of experience that maybe for the first time that, in 4 years, and it's fresh and it's new and it's wow. Or watching gymnastics or something like that, watching, high jump or long jump. And these things feel so new. They feel so fresh. And it's just marveling at these athletes and what they're able to do. It's not so much, oh, wow, I wonder if so-and-so is going to win because so-and-so is the favorite. No, I know nothing about any of these athletes. I don't know a thing. I don't know who they are. Yet I'm compelled because the platform of the Olympics is putting me in a position where I am going to be consuming these sports where I ordinarily do not. So now I think about tennis, and obviously I watch tennis year round. But what about the people who don't watch tennis, the people who never watch tennis? Are they getting that Olympic experience? Are the people who don't usually watch tennis, are they tuning in for the tennis? Are they being introduced to the sport? Is the sport being showcased to them the same way that the sport of badminton is showcased to me? I don't think so. It really doesn't feel that way to me. I feel like people who don't watch tennis still don't watch Olympic tennis. Why? Well, because it's the same exact product. It's the same thing that we get ordinarily. And it feels like this Olympics in particular, people maybe struggled to get into it. Now, I was intrigued just from, again, an outsider's perspective, unable to watch a lot of it just because of my sleep schedule. I was intrigued by the Novak Djokovic storyline. It clearly meant a ton to him, and it was interesting to watch him try to win it. And then obviously it became a serious story with Zverev taking him out when he looked down and out. And then obviously Pablo Carreño Busta continuing the great form that he showed over the course of the clay court season, and winning Hamburg a couple weeks back. I mean, he's playing incredible tennis this year, and everyone should be noticing that. Zverev goes on to win the gold. Medvedev has a rough go of things as well against Pablo Carreño Busta. So I don't know. I mean, there were some interesting storylines there, I guess, but it didn't feel like the fifth major. Really didn't feel like that to me. And I don't think it felt like that to a lot of people. Just taking the temperature, being at Tennis Channel, talking to people there, reading my Twitter feed, and seeing what people had to say there. It didn't feel like people were treating this like a fifth major. And it kind of felt maybe like more like a 500, maybe like 1,000, like a Masters 1000. Well, why does it feel like that? Maybe because it's in the same format. Maybe because it's a best of three regular singles draw where they're all going to go through the tournament over the course of 9 days, and they're going to play each other single elimination. And it's basically going to be what we do on a week in and week out basis as a sport. And we're just going to do it under the veil of the Olympics, and we're going to represent our countries, which certainly adds something special to that. I think diminished by the fact that there's no crowds. We're doing the same exact thing here. We're doing the exact same thing, and we are just expecting to slap this Olympics label on it, and suddenly it becomes so special and so amazing. To a certain extent, I think it works. I'm not going to poo-poo the whole thing. I'm not saying it completely doesn't work. No. The fact that there is gold, silver, and bronze on the line, that means something. That is something. There is something there. The fact that you wear your country's colors, that does mean something, but it feels a little bit limited. It still feels like there's untapped potential. How do we make Olympic tennis something where everyone's watching it, and it's actually, because it's one of the premier sports in the Olympics, how do we make it so it's one of the premier viewership sports in the Olympics? And that people who don't normally watch tennis tune in for Olympic tennis. Well, I think you need to play with the format if that's going to happen. And I think, yeah, maybe you sacrifice the idea that Olympics becomes part of these players' singles legacies, but I don't know how big it is right now. I really don't. You know, I do think it's a good thing that when players win gold, yeah, every 4 years you get the chance to make that happen. Is it a feather in the cap of Andy Murray? Yes. Has it been a bugaboo for Djokovic that he has wanted to correct? Yes. But, you know, Roger Federer didn't win singles gold. He won a doubles gold. Do people really rag on him for that? No. Where does that fit into a player's legacy? It's murky. It's hard to say, but at the end of the day, I don't really think much. I don't think much. Because the first column and the second column, again, slams, weeks at number one, total titles, total match wins, what's your career high ranking? Did you get to number one? Like, these things are all more important. They're so much more important than the Olympics. So, I don't know. I would like to see them maybe play with this a little bit. I don't know if this could ever really, if this is realistic or not. I'm actually not so sure. I don't know. But why don't we make it more like Davis Cup? Or why don't we make it more like World Team Tennis? Because the one thing that gets a boost in the Olympics is mixed doubles. Suddenly people are paying attention to mixed doubles. And Djokovic Stojanovic is a factor. And Zverev Vesnina is Rublev Vesnina is a factor. And people are getting into that. That doesn't happen anywhere else. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Now we're seeing where the Olympics could actually add something to this entire equation. World Team Tennis format where you have singles, men's singles, women's singles, men's doubles, women's doubles, mixed doubles, all into one match between country and country, team and team. Wouldn't that be cool? That would make it so that the Olympics, this is something new. This is fresh. This is interesting. This is fun. And not only do I think that would be more fun for the tennis fan, I think that would be a ton more fun for the casual fan. Because let's face it, again, in this kind of Olympic viewership habit where you're flipping through channels, let me get a little bit of track. Let me get a little bit of field. Let me get some swimming. Let me get some water polo, some basketball, some handball, some kind of sport du jour. That kind of ADD viewership experience, short attention span viewership experience, to be a little bit more politically correct. That would be way more suitable to, now they're playing men's doubles. Now they're playing singles. Now they're playing mixed. It would just be a more fun product. And I think it would capture the essence of country. Country, team. Let's build a team event here. That would feel Olympics. That would feel different, because right now what we have the feeling of a 1000s tournament, but we're giving out medals. So it's a little bit more prestigious to finish third or to finish second. That's what we have. A 500/1000, but not as bad to finish second and third. In fact, it's an honor to finish second and third. That's the big difference. If there's a crowd, if there's fans, now you add another layer of, okay, you're wearing your country colors. You have people in the crowd. They're going to be rocking your flag. You're going to listen to your national anthem. If you medal, there's going to be a podium. There's little things, but we can go further. We can be better. I really do think we can be better. And Olympic tennis can be a lot better than what it is. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just a 2020 thing. Maybe because of the scheduling right after the Olympics, the oppressive conditions, the fact that there were no crowds. Maybe it was just a problem this year. But whatever it was, this year didn't feel great. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you like do you like my ideas here? Am I getting somewhere? Did you enjoy the Olympics this year? Or did you feel like it was just like a 500? Let me know what you think. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time.